First of all, I have to say that in general, I have been impressed by the Salesian work which is done here in ANN, in general. I knew already, like Oibo, Oibo, but I learned a new one. I think it should be Tiv. Obute. Obute would be Oibo in
okay,
Tiv.
in Tiv.
But they were telling me you have to go up on the Te. Obute, like that.
Okay.
Like that. Niger needs our support, needs our prayer, and needs the consideration that it is part of this province. You know? A house like Coco. Unfortunately, it is still isolated, no? But we need to be there with our heart and be sure that they don't feel isolated. Perhaps for somebody coming from Eastern Africa, this will make sense. I have, with joy, realized that the Oratory Youth Center here works.
Welcome to at 43 Media Studio once again, and today we're going to be having a conversation with Reverend Father Gianni Rolandi. Reverend Father Gianni Rolandi is a Salesian of Don Bosco, and he's having the extraordinary visitation in or at the ANN province, that is Africa, Nigeria, Niger province. And he's been with us for almost 2 months, going around the communities, meeting people, meeting conference, knowing their reality. And he's doing this on behalf of the Rector Major. So, Father Gianni, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Okay, I have to say a little bit tired physically at the end of this almost 9 weeks. It will be, But yeah, that is, it's in the dynamism of every visitation. Visitations are like this. They take you from house to house. So naturally, after 2 months, you feel it. But overall, I have a sense of fulfillment also.
Oh, great.
Yes,
great.
and it has been a great time.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. So when you heard about this mission of coming to ANN, I mean, when you were appointed to do this, what was your first emotions? And
Okay, I was just trying to think of that. Well, in a way, the first thought was, finally back to Africa. Because now this is the 5th visit that I have been doing. All the others in different continents, 2 of which in India, 1 in Indonesia, 1 in northern Argentina, and now finally back to Africa.
To Africa.
Because I have been in Africa for 32 years of my life, though that was East Africa. And yes, so that was my first. And then also together with that, since I have known many conference of this province who passed through Nairobi or Moshi or both, so also I'm going to see people whom I know, no? And at the same time, also third and last thing, maybe, that fame of the Nigerians, more the people, than the conference. I have known them, no?
Yeah.
That, they may be a bit rough, a bit aggressive. So I also a little bit of curiosity there, but anyway.
Okay, yeah. Now, okay, you said something already about the next question. You've been in Africa for a very long time. A sizable amount of your formation was here in Africa, and I mean, that is coming back to Africa, though all those happened in East Africa.
East Africa, yes.
Coming back to Africa, was it like homecoming for you?
Exactly. In fact, that the words that Father Jorge, the provincial, said in the first session with the provincial council captured exactly that, and I was pleased because I was feeling the same,
Yeah.
Really like coming back home. Of course, it's Africa. It's not the Africa in which I lived all those years, but I have known so many from this place. And it is true. And there are some traits of Africa which are common. For sure, it was a pleasant feeling, let us say. Yes.
Great. Now we know that every community has a specificity, even though there are some that have the same things that they do, parish, school, and all of that. But the conference and the dynamism of that particular community, they're all different and all of that.
Yes.
So, I mean, what were your observations going around and seeing all of these differences? I mean...
Okay, first of all, I have to say that in general, I have been impressed by the Salesian work which is done here in ANN, in general. Particularly, and perhaps for somebody coming from Eastern Africa, this will make sense. I have, with joy, realized that the Oratory Youth Center here works. It works. It works. It has been implanted well. it is being followed up. Okay, not everywhere in the same way, no? There are some places perhaps in which it is more evident. But yes, so that is one great aspect that I have underlined, that I've seen, I mean. Second, really that there is a general effort to work with those who are really in need, work with those who are really poor, marginalize the young people who are more at risk. Not only in the 2 CPC centers that I have seen, no? 2 basically, yeah. But I can see it's an overall attitude among the confreres, no? So that is another important aspect, no? And then, the availability of being where one is and trying, where the community is and trying to do the best. I'm just coming from Niger. Niger, it's interesting, you know, working in this completely Muslim society, 98 or 99%. And yet, to see the happiness of the conference, the home oratory done with small children, all of them Muslims, very interesting.
Wow. Talking about Niger, I mean, going to Niger, your first time, right?
First time ever. Yes.
So what were your impressions? I mean, being there, apart from the community experience and all of that, I mean, the country as a whole.
Okay, but maybe just to make comparisons, no? It reminded me very much of Coco. I mean, like the climate, not the situation. Very much of Coco, hotter, hotter, yes. And they told me, I have no idea of hot when it is hot there, because these days it was like 35, 36 Celsius, no? When it is hot, it goes to 47, 49.
Wow.
So, and in fact, they were very interesting all the time. Everyone, not only the conference, have you drunk? Drink. So all drinking water. Anyway. Yeah, so that is the general impression. Then I have seen in general people who are kind, and there is everyone. They're very kind, very welcoming. And of course I was impressed by the Christian community, which is very small and therefore is very cohesive, very united, no? For example, at the cathedral, the cathedral, which is a small church in comparison to what I have seen in Nigeria, no? Everyone is there, diocesan priests, religious, the people. Any celebration, they tend to come together. There are parishes, but everything is close by, you know? So they come together. There is this sense, we are one family, you know? We are together. And I found that very, very interesting, you know? But I didn't have much experience of the other people, no? But I have seen, more or less what I have seen in Africa elsewhere, no? So people who are welcoming, an atmosphere of, people are there, leisurely. They are, of course, usually in the shade because you don't stay in the sun. And I had a nice impression overall.
Great. That's really nice. Nice, and the people, the political situation. In spite of that, people are happy. People are living their simple life, and things are moving nice. Now, a very controversial question.
Okay, let's see. Well, let's hear.
The verdict of the best community that gives the best meal in ANN province.
Now, okay, I've been joking with conference going around about that, no? Okay, sincerely, I have some names, but they are like all runner-ups, let us say, no? Because first is very difficult. And I go probably in chronological order, no? So, Omole, Ibadan, and when I say Ibadan, I know many people will be surprised, but I don't know. I found the food quite good there in Ibadan. Let me see. Now, this is more as a joke. Provincial House is a bit lagging behind there, but anyway. And you will be surprised. Niamey. I enjoyed very good food in Niamey, both at the Archbishop's table, but even in the community. Wow. And those two cooks are very good. Maybe because, I don't know, I am more in that, I don't know, maybe the French were there. I don't know. But I have to say, but so this is just...
Omoli, Ibadan. Yami, and the provincial house is lagging behind. Now we have to do something about that.
Probably because, you see, they are not used to having somebody who doesn't eat pepper, no? So here, in the provincial house. So they forget when they say, oh my goodness, he's there, so they try something. But anyway, no, but everyone has tried, I have to say. People have gone out of their way, and I'm sorry if I gave trouble with the food, but what to do? I have to survive for 2 months.
Sure. We are supposed to make that very, very possible for you and livable. Yes. Now, your challenges, apart from the pepper thing, the whole moving around and all of that, what were the challenges that you experienced?
Let me see. Apart from the kindness of the conference, who were really going out of their way in order to make sure that I would reach, etc., and they would not strain me too much, no, that I have really to appreciate. Something that perhaps here is evident, roads. Some of the roads that we had to travel on were actually, I don't think they are even worth, it's not even worth calling them roads. They were like potholes, and you had to choose which potholes to fall into and which ones to avoid. No. That is clearly one. And therefore, the time that is connected to journeys, not so much because of the distance, but because of the quality of the road, which is horrible, no?
Yeah.
That could be one. Here in Nigeria, also the NEPA. Okay, I know it's no longer called NEPA, but we all understand if I say NEPA, no?
Yeah.
The fact that it may be there or it may not be there. Okay. And it happened to me several times. Maybe the inverter system failed. So in the morning with the telephone light, trying to wash up and shave. Anyway, but it's okay. It's okay. We know that these things are. Punctuality of flights. That has also been a kind and changes, and they put you on the midday flight, and then it is 6 p.m. before you fly. No, that is. There is something not serious there. But of course, it's nobody's fault. It's the company's fault, I suppose. No, but these are some of the obstacles, if you want. No?
Challenges.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, how many Nigerian words did you pick?
Oof. I thought they would pick more, but not so many. Okay, there were some I knew already, like Oibo. Oibo. But I learned a new one. I think it should be Tiv. Obute. Obute would be Oibo in Tiv. But they were telling me you have to go up on the te. Obute. Like that. Obute, like that. Then what else have I learned? Of course, the what is that? Barca da Zua, Sanna da Zua, and no, and Ekabo. Ekaro.
Ekaro is good morning.
Ekabo is welcome.
Yeah,
what else have I learned? In Niger, I didn't manage to pick up anything because I was already busy with French, trying to revive French. And by the end, it was time to go away.
Oh, yes.
Okay, just something small, yeah.
So, last word for Nigeria, for Nigerians, and not just Nigerians, all people working in ANN province. Your last words to them, words of encouragement, words of hope, and all of that.
Yes, as I was saying a little bit towards the beginning, my general impression is positive, and I wish and I invite all the conferences, especially, and all those who collaborate with them, to continue strengthening this presence, particularly continuing to focus on the Oratory Youth Center and finding ways to make it more and more relevant in this situation to the young people who are involved. And then, secondly, perhaps this sensitivity, which is there, I'm not saying I have not seen it, I have seen it very well, of involving the lay people. I think we need to grow in that. And not because we have to compare with other provinces, not because of that, but because this is charismatic. The involvement of the lay people is a charismatic trait of the Salesian charism. And so it is something that even the coming chapter reminds us about, even the previous chapter spoke about that. So this one, I have seen it, so I am encouraging you there. And perhaps maybe one third point could be this. Really having in mind all the conferences of the province, Niger as a real missionary frontier, which is part of the province, and which has modalities of work which I could see, are very different from what can be done here in Nigeria, in a vastly Christian country. And in some parts of Nigeria, even we would say vastly Catholic. Although there is only perhaps one or soon two houses that side. So Niger needs our support, needs our prayer, and needs the consideration that it is part of this province. And we, of course, there are clear, not everyone can be there at the same time, but the availability to work there for some time, therefore the availability to learn French, I think this is very important. And this is one, and also a house like Coco, for example. Unfortunately, it is still isolated, but we need to be there with our heart and be sure that they don't feel isolated, and that they are part and parcel of all what is going on. I am saying this not because I have seen negative things, but just to encourage all of you to continue in the same line.
Good. That is a wonderful one from Reverend Father Gianni Rolandi, who has been in our province for almost 2 months.
Yes.
And he's going to conclude this visitation with the meeting with all the rectors of the province and the provincial council. After that meeting, we would conclude the extraordinary visitation for this year, right?
Yes.
So we thank Father Gianni for making himself available for this duty. In fact, when we heard that Father Gianni was coming, we were happy. I was happy because I knew him already before. So, wow, okay, it's Father Gianni. Good. And your presence, your aura, your charismatic witness is felt. I felt it. I believe all conference felt your presence and your fatherly presence also. So thank you very much, and we'll see you when we see you.
Who knows? Let's see. The Salesian world is small.
It's a very small world. So before you know it, you're having meetings and all of that here and there.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And sit back.
Bye.
And for other conversations with other big shots of the Salesian congregation. Today it's Father Gianni, and tomorrow it might be somebody else. Stay tuned. Bye.
Hi.